What's up, YouTube? It's Tyrone Hunter, back in the building with another edition of What's Really Good. Why are most relationships toxic and unhealthy? The easiest answer to the question is because people are toxic and have unhealthy habits about themselves, and that's what they bring into relationships, be it personal relationship, friendships, or otherwise. This is what we're going to be talking about today. If you've been rocking with the channel, I appreciate you. If you're just checking in for the first time, hit the like button on the way in the door, hit the subscribe button on the way out the door. This is the rainy Thursday driving edition. So why are most relationships unhealthy and toxic? Do anybody ever ask themselves that? Like, do you ever ask yourself how you feel like you pretty much got your mental faculties in order and you have some kind of healthy traits and things about yourself, but you keep finding yourself dealing in unhealthy relationships or toxic relationships, or certain people in your friends network or relationship network, they have a lot of toxic habits and traits about themselves. Why is that? Why do we see more unhealthy and toxic relationships than we see healthy and non-toxic relationships? Do anybody know? Do anybody question it? And why do we continue to accept it? That's the thing I want to know. Why do we continue to accept these kind of relationships? Like, these relationships are the only ones that exist. There are some people out there who have their faculties in order. There are some people out there who are non-toxic, but it boils down to environment. See, a lot of people that are toxic and have unhealthy habits and traits, you can find them in certain places, in certain areas. And this is where most people, or a lot of people, this is where they congregate. This is where they congregate. These are the environments that they used to. These are the people that they grew up around, that they comfortable with. So of course, quite naturally, you're gonna run into those kind of people. It just pretty much goes without saying. And I asked the question because I'm from the hood, like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but like a lot of people. And I was just at my daughter's field day. And so I'm just, I'm sitting there, I'm taking it easy, and I got my phone out and I'm taking pictures and taking videos of my daughter while she doing her thing. And then the dude, he just, come up to me, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh yeah, there go my son right there. And me and him, we just start having a conversation and talking about our kids and talking about the the sports and activities that our kids is in, how they doing in school, those kind of things. Just having regular parent conversation. And for a while, like before, before my daughter was living in the area that she living in now, she was living in Jamaica, Queens. That's where she was born at, in Jamaica, Queens. And the attitude and the vibe is totally, totally different. You know, my daughter, she's in Long Island. She goes to school in Long Island. I communicate with her teacher, you know, almost every day in regards to her behavior, her academics, you know, so forth and so on. And I, you know, just speaking with the gentleman, you know, while we was at the fair, that's what kind of brung the topic to mind. It just hit me right there, like, oh wow. So the reason why we usually are in or have toxic relationships and unhealthy relationships is because those are the people that we come across in the environments that we come from. And another thing about this field day, you know, shindig that they had outside on the school grounds in the field. There was no yelling, there was no screaming, you know. Nobody was on their phone aside from video and taking pictures of their kids. I ain't seen not one person smoking, no ratchet behavior or activities. And this is like 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. Like, a lot of parents, you know, really, really showed up for their kids. They really showed up for their kids. I was surprised. I'm like, man, looked like it was a little club out there. Because when I first got there, I drove in from Connecticut. So I had got on the highway. Well, I woke up like about 4 o'clock in the morning. I got on the highway like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And I got down here, you know, me and my daughter, we went and got her little breakfast and stuff. And then I dropped her, you know, to her school bus so she could ride with her friends. And then I wound up showing up at the location. So I was a little early, you know. I was like kind of one of the first people there. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of these, only going to be a couple of parents. And then come to find out, bam, you know, I look around, the whole thing packed. I'm like, okay. Everybody was cheering for their kids, you know, people that don't even know each other, just having conversations. And that's usually how it is, you know, when I'm in Long Island. It's like the demographic, you know, the kind of people that you come across is different. Like, if I go into a store out here, you know, in the area where my daughter lives, if I go into a store, like if I'm walking to the store, if somebody's walking in front of me, they'll hold the door open for me to go in. The same thing if I'm coming out of the store, somebody that's coming in, they'll hold the door open for me to walk out. And I do the same, vice versa. You know, people don't even know each other. Hey, good morning, how you doing? You know, people in the store, you see them regular basis, and, you know, you just start casual conversation. You know? So that's my take on it. The environments that we come from, or the environments that we live in, those people that we are around and we are accustomed to, you know, it just so happens that, man, certain behaviors and certain attitudes grow in certain areas. And so just based on the area that, you know, you came up in, or based on the areas that you frequent, meaning based on the areas that you know, you hang out in, you party in, you socialize in, that's what determines the kind of people that you ran into. I don't run into too many toxic people. If they are, you know, I don't get a chance to find out, because as I got older, I'm a whole lot more selective in terms of the people I deal with. Like, I'm really antisocial. You know, I don't like people. And I'm just being honest. Because people got too much with them. And, you know, my uncle used to tell me this when I was younger. He was like, man, you know, when you get older, you're going to be able to count the amount of friends that you have on one hand. And I ain't believe him. But as you get older, and, you know, as you as you mature, as you age, as you get into, different things, and you kind of get settled in life. You didn't have your ups, your downs, your highs, your lows, your tries, your fails. You figured out what's for you, what's not for you. Figured out what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And you settle into life and you live life accordingly. And what I found is that life is way more peaceful the least people I have to deal with. Because people got too much with them, And some people, they don't really know what they want out of life. So they just really time wasters for real. And I don't have time to waste. I like to learn things. I like to accomplish things. And if once you get over 40 and you still find yourself like dealing with certain toxic people or certain unhealthy relationships, it's like all of that time you was living, you really didn't learn nothing. You really learned nothing. At least nothing of value and of substance. I think people are and get comfortable with the kind of people that they deal with, to the point that they don't see nothing wrong with certain people's behavior and certain things that they go through with people. It just get old. It get tired. It gets boring after a while. It becomes a headache after a while. It's like I done been through enough in life, and I done dealt with enough in life, and I done survived it all. So now I wanna live, and I wanna be peaceful. Be about peace, and have people that's about peace in my life. No more trying to prove anything to anybody. Just going on with life, just flowing at my flow, and let everybody else flow at their flow. But it's 2024, man. Being and having the toxic people in your life, it's like, it's not it no more. It don't even hit no more. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? What are we doing? You just gotta let people go about their way and go about their life, Stop engaging the toxic people. Kind of let them do what they do and go their way. You fear me. But yeah, I just wanted to, pop in with that real quick. Dealing with toxic people and dealing in unhealthy relationships is a choice. Ultimately, is what it boils down to. It's what you choose. So, if that's what you choose, you're not part of the solution. It means you're part of the problem. Don't think that you're better than, don't think that you're better than those people who have those traits. Because evidently you get off on it if that's all you attract, or if that's the kind of relationships you keep coming across. Comes a point where you got to stop looking at other people as the problem and look at the fact that it just might be you. Real spill, it just might be you. But hopefully everybody's having a nice, decent Thursday. It was just raining for a little while. Now the rain stopped. I'm about to grab me something to eat real quick. And it kind of rained on the field trip, so after I grab something to eat, I'm going back over there because they said they probably going to resume the field trip like at 12 o'clock, after 12. Right now it's probably quarter to 12. So they said between 12 and 12:30 they're going to send out another message and let us know if the field trip is going to be resuming. But yeah, that's kind of what it, what it was and what it was that I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to pop in real quick. I've been up since early this morning, on the move. So I definitely wanted to reach out to the people with a little topic, with a little subject, with a little conversation before it gets too later on in the day. And then I'll be coming back with some more content sometime this afternoon, because after my daughter's field trip, I got a couple of other things that I need to do. So with that being said, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all checking in with me. And before I go, I'm gonna say this, right? Sometimes certain conversations is necessary. It may not be something that you want to hear, or it may not be something that you regularly and usually tune into, but this is a real part of life, this is a real part of life. And I understand a lot of people is not looking to grow, and this is why you keep finding yourself stuck in life. You keep finding yourself doing the same old same, because you think life is all about entertainment. You think life is all about party and nonsense. We got kids out here, our kids gonna have kids, gonna be a grandparent. So if I don't teach my kids a good example of what a father is, then what kind of individual is my daughter's gonna wind up meeting or dealing with when they get older? Because daughters, they usually, pick somebody that's just like their fathers. So, a lot of times how our kids grow up is just based on how we are as parents. And it's so sad that there's so many people out here, they don't even care about being parents no more. They don't care about putting no effort into their children. They think, okay, feed them, dress them, let them go about their business, let them be seen, not heard, stay out your face, and, life is good for them. But I'm a dedicated parent, I'm a dedicated parent. I love being a father. My daughter, last night, Daddy, you gonna come to the field day? It's like 10 something. And I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, whoa. And so I had to bust a move. Laid down about 12 something, 11 something, 12 something. Woke up 4 o'clock in the morning, got on the highway, and bam, I'm here. I'm tired, but I'm here, So sometimes learning certain things is not the most entertaining. It's not the most entertaining, but it's necessary. Trust and believe. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I'm gonna go ahead and grab me something to eat. Y'all have a beautiful Thursday. If you appreciate the topic, man, you know what to do. It's Tyrone Hunter with another segment of What's Really Good Entertainment. I'm gonna catch up with y'all later. Yeah.